You know, I don't know if you all got to see it, but I was just in Utah the other night. We had a little debate with Kamala Harris. Some people think we did all right. But I want to be clear, from where I was sitting, that debate was not just a debate between two candidates for vice president. It was a debate between two visions for America. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris want higher taxes, open borders, socialized medicine. They want to abolish fossil fuels, use taxpayer funding to pay for abortion. They want to defund the police and pack the Supreme Court. President Donald Trump's vision for America is a little bit different. President Trump has rebuilt our military. We cut taxes. We rolled back regulation, unleashed American energy, secured our border, supported law enforcement, life and liberty, and the Constitution of the United States. You know, when you compare the Biden-Harris agenda with our agenda, the choice is clear. If you cherish faith and freedom and law and order and life, we need 4 more years of President Donald Trump in the White House. You know, it's amazing to think how far we've come. 4 years ago, we inherited a military that had been hollowed out by devastating budget cuts, an economy struggling to break out of the worst recession, or the worst recovery since the Great Depression. Terrorism was on the rise around the world. We witnessed a steady assault on our most cherished values. But in 3 short years, we rebuilt our military. We restored the arsenal of democracy. And as the proud father of a United States Marine and the father-in-law of a Navy pilot, I couldn't be more proud to tell you, we are finally giving our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guard and Space Force the support that they need to defend this nation. And that's just what we've done. We've stood strong for freedom. Our armed forces have defended this nation. We stood with our allies and stood up to our enemies. And under President Donald Trump, we have stood for freedom across this hemisphere, for all the freedom-loving people. Under President Trump's leadership, the United States was the first nation on earth to recognize President Juan Guaido as the only legitimate president of Venezuela. And under this president, America has been clear. Maduro must go, and America will stand with the people of Venezuela until their libertad is restored. And where Joe Biden, as vice president, served in a time when America was appeasing the communist regime in Havana, President Donald Trump kept the promise that he made to Cuban Americans when he reversed the failed policies of the last administration toward Cuba. In this White House, it will always be, Que viva Cuba Libre! So we've stood with those who serve, and we've stood for freedom in this hemisphere of freedom. And we've stood every day with all the men and women who have worn the uniform of the United States of America. After years of scandal when Joe Biden was vice president, years of scandal at the VA that literally saw veterans perishing as they waited care, President Donald Trump has passed the most sweeping reforms of the VA in 50 years. We have fired thousands of employees that were not providing the care, and Veterans Choice is now available for every veteran in America. And I have to tell you, I can see already that there are some heroes in our midst. If you're able, if you wore the uniform of the United States, would you mind either standing or raising your hand and giving us a chance to say thank you one more time for your service to America? Thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you for your service. So we didn't just rebuild our military. I'm proud to report to all of you sitting out in the sun, and I don't know who set up this arrangement. I'd be happy to be out in the sun too. I'm ready to take the heat to drive a victory on November 3rd. But thank you for being here. We didn't just rebuild our military, but this president from day one revived our economy. In our first 3 years, we turned this economy around. Where Joe Biden wants to raise taxes, President Trump cut taxes across the board for working families and businesses. We rolled back more federal red tape in our first 3 years than any administration in American history. We unleashed American energy. We fought for free and fair trade. And in just 3 short years, businesses large and small created 7 million good-paying jobs, including 500,000 jobs right here in the Sunshine State. I mean, Florida saw its lowest unemployment rate in history, 2.8%. And most important to the president and me, we saw wages rising across the board. And wages were rising most rapidly for hard-working blue-collar Americans. And as I stand here at this Latinos for Trump gathering, I'm proud to report to you. Under this president's leadership, in those first 3 years, we achieved the lowest unemployment ever recorded for Hispanic Americans. Latinos are for Trump because Trump has been a champion of jobs and opportunity for Latino Americans. You know, during this National Hispanic Heritage Month, as President Trump said, we know Latinos embody the very best of America's values: commitment to faith, family, to hard work, and the American dream. This past summer, the President established what we called the White House Hispanic Prosperity Initiative to continue to build on the momentum that we've made over the last 3.5 years. You know, when Joe Biden was vice president, less than half of Hispanics owned their own home. But under President Donald Trump, Hispanic home ownership has increased by 11%, and more than half of Hispanics in America are now home owners. We've also created nearly 9,000 opportunity zones all across America that are lifting many minorities out of poverty. We'll have a